Hi everyone, just want to put this video to answer questions from different people from different countries about sensory menu. And we are going to launch a course in English. We have done sensory menu course for many times in a couple of years and in Hong Kong in Cantonese. And now we put this concept into English and we are going to do it on January at the starting of 2026 in 2 whole days in Hong Kong time, 9:30 to 4:30 p.m. Hong Kong time. Some of you from different parts of the world, or if you need to work, you may not be able to attend this English version. It is okay because we have Zoom live and we have recordings. Yeah, you don't need to come to Hong Kong. We are doing it through Zoom. And if you are not available on these 2 days, it's okay. You can spend your weekend. Some can break it into different parts to learn about that. Um, we have at least 2 weeks for you to go through the course. And yep, so what is this about? In this course, we have 3 parts. We think whatever we want to put in the menu, why we call it the menu, we will talk about in the first day of the course. I'm not going to explain about menu, why we call it menu now. And we keep it as a secret. So when you join our day one, at the very first thing we do is talk about why we call it menu. And yeah, we want to start it by understanding. So we go through some ways to help us to appreciate why you call it sour, because it's about sensory over and under reactivity. We also have a questionnaire about understanding. We use a questionnaire because we want to put the understanding in a more systematic way. And yeah, we understand from over and under reactivity, and we also understand from the seeking perspective. So what we mean by seeking is another important part of this course. We group it into 7 letters into with 11 reasons. It's called 7-11. Yeah, kind of analysis of why the person seek sensory or have seeking behaviors. We think seeking to the person themselves is usually useful. We may think that it is useless, but they think this is useful, and this is also useful to their nervous system. And we found 11 reasons in 7 letters to help us appreciate why it is useful to them. And yeah, we also have someone to draw beautiful comics in English and Cantonese, yeah, in English version to help us to appreciate about why and what we mean by this 11 reason. Um, After understanding from over and under reactivity, we also go through the up and down regulation strategies, and we think in order for the strategies to work well, it has to be specific and precise. We have to understand about what we are actually doing, the down regulation, up regulation strategies. We are going to mention what we can have available in Hong Kong commonly used or in the markets, what we can find. Yeah. But day to day, it is keep renewing, and because there are more and more technology and strategies coming up. And from strategies to menu, how to design individualized menu for a particular person or a particular class or group of people, or sometimes it is a venue specific or event specific, say Christmas menu, a kind of hall menu, a canteen menu, or yeah, different areas. Maybe they can have different menu. And we have a few new things coming up in these courses that maybe you may find it interesting. Uh, the physiological measures we'll talk about in more details how we use it to decide what strategies we'll briefly mention it to talk about details. We have another training, and we also have is a couple of new apps coming up. The first ones here is it is a questionnaire. questionnaires is a good way to help to put things systematic. We have its over and under reactivity questionnaire. It's just about what they are overreact to and what they are underreacting to. And the second one is about seeking what they are seeking. We want to group it in a statistical way to help us to portfolio-wise it to make it easier to see. Instead of going through it question by question, let me show you what we can have as a result. I will upload the file here. Yeah, because I filled it already and I've saved it as a uploadable file. Okay, uploading the files, we will see this bar chart. Actually, each bar represents one question. For those areas do not have bar means that the rating is never, those behavior never happen. So it is not a concern to us. But when we are looking at those things happening, more frequent, the bar will go higher. So we will want to look at each individual item. So it helps us to look at each individual item. Because in sensory manual, how we're analyzing a questionnaire is not by calculating the mean and standard deviation it's by looking at the whole portfolio and concern on everything that happens always or frequently. And then the color. Yeah, the blue color means underreactivity items. Those questions are more relating to underreactivity. And the red is about overreactivity. As we have mentioned about seeking, after filling up the seeking questionnaire, we have it categorized here. Again, items by items, we portfoliorize it here to help us to better appreciate which sensory system the person is actually seeking more. It may be they need more control over it, or maybe those sensory inputs is actually what they needed, or some other reasons we are going to explore in the course to help us appreciate it better. Other than the questionnaire, if you look at another YouTube video we talk about the menu. Yeah, this is the menu. Oh, let's put it into English. Yep, this is the English one. And if you look at it here, you can see that all this, a lot of strategies put it here. It's never all, but we keep increasing the bank of strategies here. And you can also select it by, because if we know the person is a fan of tactile, maybe you just want to explore tactile strategies. Yeah, you can add it to the menu. And finally, the output of the menu is something like a communication device. The person can click the photos and then they will speak for them. This is the menu that you can produce. Yeah, produce a menu with a QR code. Anyone can scan the QR code and then speak out for what they want, what they need, what strategies they need. Okay, so if you want to look at it in detail, you can go to another YouTube. I'm not going to YouTube another YouTube video by Grass, so I'm not going to go through too much details here. And other things we have is something about the sounds. We built up a noise and bit generator because this may be a strategies that can help. I try to group different sound-based strategies, metronome, binaural bit generators, and some different kind of frequency, different kind of noise, and you can tune it to whatever the person uh, favor. And I also added a environmental audio analysis after approving the microphone content. Yeah, just like here, what the sounds that now hear most should be in the speech range because I'm actively talking loud here. And then you can also choose to record it for 10 seconds about what kind of sounds actually happening more here. And yep, so that we can have some analysis, because sometimes we can see some children that is particularly having problem in area with certain kind of sound. We want to know what sounds actually it is. Maybe we can analyze it for the frequency, for the frequency. Yep, it takes time, so we just wait. Yep. And then we can look at in the last 10 seconds, the sounds that there's that sensor paces, that's the weighted and C weighted. We're going to talk a little bit about what we mean here. And the frequency that coming up most, yeah, is is the human voice, because I'm talking loudly here. And so it's good to see that it coming up. Okay, so this is basically something new that happening in the course. And of course, we'll talk about the basics about sensory moderation, over and under reactivity, the sensory strategies that we commonly use in Hong Kong and maybe also happen in your areas that you may find it useful, and the seeking behavior and the neuroscience behind all that. And yep, so that's what I want to introduce. If you want to register for the course, yeah, please do it. Try to do it before 31st of December. And yep, and you can find the registration in Crest website. So thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you soon in Zoom.